The monster rushes towards the older brother, but the older brother collapses on the ground, unable to resist. At this critical moment, the younger brother subdues it from behind. They successfully kill the monster. Why does this world have monsters? How can humans resist the monsters? Please enjoy the movie Arcadian. In a future world, due to human destruction of the environment, the Earth gives birth to mutated creatures. As a result, the entire world's civilization is destroyed. However, the monsters are not without flaws. They only come out at night. This is what allows humans to have a chance of survival. Paul is one of these survivors. He takes refuge with his two sons in a farmhouse. At night, the family dog becomes very agitated. This immediately puts everyone on high alert. The eldest son, Thomas, quickly grabs a lamp and goes downstairs to investigate, but he didn't notice anything unusual outside the door. But the next second, there was a loud and fierce impact sound outside. Paul quickly gets at the door. Thomas, who regained his composure, also rushed to help. With the joint efforts of the two, the attack outside the door was successfully resisted by them. After the monster failed to break down the door for a long time, he gave up on the attack. The roaring outside subsided. Paul opened the peephole to confirm the danger was over. Only then did he relax. At this crucial moment, the youngest son Joseph didn't help because he was the team strategist. Joseph and his father reinforced the door during the day. He determined that the monster couldn't break through the door. Just now, he analyzed the monster's actions. Joseph discovered that the monster made a total of 3 attacks. They occurred at 10 seconds, 20 seconds, and 1 second respectively. He speculated the first attack was just a probing attempt by the monster. It was testing the strength of the door. The second attack was the monster's actual assault. As long as humans could withstand that attack, the monster's attack would be unsuccessful. The third attack was the monster's frustration after the failed assault. If Joseph's speculation is correct, this indicates that the situation is very dangerous, because the 3 attacks prove one thing: the monsters have started to possess reasoning logic. Paul looks at the battered door. He decides to reinforce the doors and windows of the house, but now, the family needs to gather supplies. So, Paul sends his two sons to search for supplies. But Thomas doesn't want to go. He wants his younger brother Joseph to do it. Paul orders both brothers to go together. He lacks confidence in their survival abilities. Paul doesn't realize that Thomas is more outrageous than he expected. He disregards his brother and went to play alone. He even made an agreement with the other party to meet here when the sun sets and then return home together. Younger brother Joseph doesn't dare to defy his brother. He can only search for supplies alone. Thomas arrives at a farm where humans gather. He comes here to help with the work. Thomas has a simple reason for doing this. He likes the farmer's daughter, Anna. Thomas pretends to help while pursuing a romantic relationship with Anna. Younger brother Joseph is not at ease. He can only work like a mouse. Joseph searches and collects supplies in various places. By the time the sun is about to set, he finally finishes collecting the supplies. Joseph prepares to go back, while the car breaks down at this moment. After fixing it, twilight is about to end. Joseph hurries to the agreed place to pick up his brother. His brother Thomas forgets about the time while playing with the girl. When Thomas realizes the sun has already started to set, he assumes that his younger brother has already returned. He doesn't think his brother would wait for him. Thomas decides not to meet up with his brother. He plans to go home alone. Thomas is unaware that his brother has just arrived. Joseph couldn't find his brother. Joseph believes that his brother didn't wait for him. He gives up waiting and drives home. Both of them couldn't imagine that their actions would lead to serious consequences. Thomas slips while returning home. He falls into a crevice. After Joseph returns home, he sees that his brother hasn't arrived yet. Joseph realizes the situation is serious. He quickly tells his father everything that happened today. Paul suspects that his son is in danger. He instructs Joseph to lock the house door and stay home alone. While he quickly leaves, he needs to find Thomas before dusk ends. Not long after, Thomas regains consciousness from unconsciousness. He looks at the surroundings, the towering ground above his head. Thomas realizes that he has fallen into a ravine. He now needs to use a flint to find a way out. With Thomas's efforts, he finally discovers a crack in the wall. But the next moment, Thomas sees a monster. This frightens him. The monster doesn't attack Thomas. This gives him courage. Thomas takes out a small knife from his clothes, and he stabs the monster's palm with it. Thomas, in order to protect himself, he quickly steps back and observes the situation. Thomas is unaware that the monster will launch an attack from the small hole behind him. Thomas is no match for the monster. Fortunately, Paul arrives in time. He exhausts his strength to slay the monster. Paul enters the cave through the crevice. He quickly reunites with his son, but now it's already evening. It's not possible for them to return home safely. Paul decides to seal the crevice. They will leave for home only when it's daytime. Paul wouldn't expect that his other son has different plans. During the night, Joseph sees that his father hasn't returned. He prepares to go to sleep, but he doesn't lock the door. The monster also notices him. It pushes open the wooden plank and reaches inside. The monster's arm can extend Joseph, but it still can't reach Joseph. The monster finds a way to open the latch. It doesn't know that it's Joseph's plan. As the monster approaches Joseph, Joseph pulls a lever. The monster is trapped inside an iron cage by him. Joseph's plan is to use himself as bait to attract the monster. After the successful outcome, he can't study the monster. Joseph knows that his father wouldn't agree with his idea. Tonight, his father is not at home. This is his only chance. After Paul seals the crevice, they hear a roar. After listening, Paul determines the sound might be coming from underground. Within a short time, the ground in the cave collapses, creating a large hole. Paul now understands the reason, for the dog digs the ground. He quickly ignites explosives in an attempt to collapse the hole, but the monster suddenly grabs Paul's arm. After waking up, Joseph removes the wooden plank. He sees that it's already daytime outside. Joseph is worried that his father and brother might be in danger, so he sets out alone in a car to find them. He finds his father and brother, but his father is severely injured due to the close-range explosion. Joseph and his brother carry their father back home. After bandaging their father's wounds, their father remains unconscious. Thomas realizes they can save their father. The two of them must hurry to Anna's farm to seek help from the other party. Thomas sees the monster captured by his younger brother. Scared, he wants to kill the monster. Younger brother Joseph doesn't want his brother to disrupt the research. The two of them scuffle. During this process, the iron cage is accidentally opened by them. Fortunately, it's daytime. The monster is afraid of sunlight and doesn't attack them. It quickly retreats under the bed. The two of them pick up weapons to guard, but they dare not approach the monster. At this moment, a small dog runs towards the monster. The monster is attracted to it. The daylight weakens the monster's power. Joseph quickly gains control over it. Thomas takes the opportunity to kill the monster. The younger brother's research is a complete failure. At this moment, both of them understand healing their father's injuries is their top priority. The two of them take Paul to Anna's family farm, but the gate here is closed, preventing the three of them from entering. Because Anna's family also lacks supplies, they don't have extra food to help the three of them. Medicine is a precious resource. Anna's elders know about Thomas and their daughter's relationship. Normally, Thomas helps out on the farm. They think they can't let Thomas in, let him help treat their father. Joseph doesn't agree with Anna's elders' arrangement. He angrily leaves. Thomas wants to follow, but is mocked by his younger brother. Joseph angrily accuses his brother of never taking family responsibilities. The current situation is all because of his brother. Thomas is very angry. He and his brother get into an argument. He enters Anna's house alone, but Joseph doesn't know this is a plan by his brother Thomas. He decides to hide on the farm to find medicine to treat their father alone. Anna notices Thomas' suspicious behavior. Thomas realizes he can hide the situation. He then tells Anna about the plan. Anna is a kind-hearted person. She voluntarily hands over the medicine to Thomas. Thomas prepares to leave the farm, but the people on the farm discover his whereabouts. The man mistakes Thomas for a thief. He decides to break Thomas' leg as punishment, but in the moment the man is about to shoot, he falls into a hole that suddenly appears behind him. The farm owner also hears the noise and wakes up from his sleep. He is about to go out and investigate. The monster instantly appears and kills him. Anna also hears the noise. She opens the door and sees bloodstains in the hallway. This scares Anna a lot. The people in the warehouse are also unfortunate. They are all dragged into the hole. Thomas wants to escape, but his hands are tied, making it difficult to escape. He uses his knees to hit the wooden board, freeing himself from the restraints. He looks up and sees the approaching monster. At this critical moment, Anna kills the monster that was about to attack. The two of them quickly flee the scene. Joseph hears the sounds outside the door. He comes to the door to assess the situation. Outside are Thomas and Anna. The younger brother lets the two of them in. Thomas also administers the medicine to their father. Joseph feels pessimistic about the future because the monsters become very powerful. After completing their evolution, the house can no longer shelter them, but their father still needs time to recover. They need to buy time for their father. The group comes up with a plan. Step 1. They need to remove all the wooden boards inside the house. Step 2. The three of them pour a large amount of gasoline on the boards. Step 3. They attach a burning cigarette to a bomb. However, the three people who are carrying out the task don't notice. A monster has already sneaked into Paul's room through the chimney. The group hears the sound of monsters outside the door. They accelerate their work speed. A few seconds later, the group sees Paul walking out of the house, but his face is covered in blood. He doesn't speak and takes Anna's rifle. The group doesn't know what their father is thinking. The man points the rifle at the floor and fires. The monster hiding under the floor becomes the target. Trouble arises. Other monsters have also entered the house. Fortunately, the burned cigarette has ignited the fuse. Joseph was about to call his father, but he discovers that the door is locked. Paul knows that he is nearing the end of his life. He decides to sacrifice himself to protect the children. The others suppress their sadness and hide inside the refrigerator. Soon, a massive explosion engulfs the area. The three of them survive by hiding in the refrigerator. The two brothers search for their father in the ruins, but in the next moment, a burning giant hand emerges. The monster manages to survive the fire. The group hastily drives away in a car to escape. The monsters converge into a ring of fire. The ring of fire quickly approaches the group. Anna aims her gun at the monster and fires. The monster is scattered and unable to regroup. The group finally escapes the pursuit of the monsters, but their shelter is destroyed by the monsters. They can only search for a new shelter. The movie Arcadian comes to an end. This is a movie about the end of the world. The surviving humans need to survive. People must resist the attacks of the monsters. This requires them to build sturdy houses. Stockpiling supplies and medicine is also a task for humans. Only by fulfilling the above requirements can humans have a chance to survive in the apocalypse. But the monsters are also evolving. Resisting them has become extremely difficult for humans. The monsters are weakened during the day. They can only attack humans at night. While humans rest at night, they can clearly hear the monsters' roars and sounds of attack. This intensifies human fear. Fortunately, human courage and intelligence haven't been eroded. They can still rely on their abilities to fight against the monsters. The director chose to tell the story through a family. The father is calm and composed, possessing strength. He hopes his children can survive in the apocalypse, but the children have their own thoughts and aspirations. The older brother is fond of the daughter of another farmer. They become a couple. The younger brother is very intelligent. He wants to study the monsters, but he also understands father won't allow him to study the monsters because his research carries great danger. Father won't gamble with the lives of his family, but under their father's protection, they lack a sense of urgency. They lack unity and caution. This will put them in danger. Fortunately, the father still has strength. He can continue to help his children overcome danger. If the father were to leave, how would the children protect themselves? This is the question they must confront, and it is the theme the movie aims to convey. The children will eventually learn to grow. They have to forge their own lives.